everybody, and welcome back to Starcub Review. I'm your host as always, Starcub, and today's video I'm going to do one that I have been waiting to do for quite a while, and this one is just completely I've been wanting to play this for ages, since it came out in 2023, and it's 2025 now. But after so many updates on it, and the developers of this game completely made it the best possible game that they could, and still giving people updates and events, new weapons, new armors, and all that sort of stuff, and roadmaps consistent with players' feedback as well, and listening to the players. These two, the developer and the publisher, listened to their gamer base and completely changed this game from a disastrous launch into something that is absolutely fantastic to play, and I just had to get on board. I've been following this game since it came out, and I got it for Christmas. Actually got it in 2023 for Christmas, but just been putting everything aside. I've been putting this game aside and aside because I wanted to get Elden Ring finished. I wanted to get everything other games finished that I had in my game pile, but really wanted to do this, and I completed my first official run through of this game, and I can honestly say I absolutely love this game. But before I get into that, I just want to say a big, huge thank you to everyone new to my channel that has been tuning into my channel, comments, and just watching my channel in general and watching my videos. Thanks so much, guys. I really, really do appreciate it. And everyone returning viewers, you know I will love and appreciate you. So let's get into it. So the game that I am talking about is from developer Hexworks and published by CI Games, and that is 2023's Lords of the Fallen. Yes, that's right, people. Lords of the Fallen, exactly the same title of the original from 2014, which personally I loved the 2014 Lords of the Fallen. I know that game was very, very clunky and janky, and it was meant to be the next Souls-like game. I personally liked it. And I will admit I did give up towards the end of it because it just got frustrating for me. But I did enjoy every aspect of it. But this new one is sort of like a reboot to the franchise. But it's not so much a reboot, but a continuation sort of sequel. But it's all the medieval dark fantasy aspects of it has completely changed, and the landscapes, the atmosphere, the music, the characters, the development of this game is absolutely fucking tremendous. I absolutely love it. Dark, medieval, RPG fantasy, Souls-like in gameplay, obviously. But what I really, really, really love about this one is how the whole world is interconnected with itself, but also joins up with the 2014 game. So it does have the lore that connects, but also both the developer and the publisher consistently listen to player feedback, and the Hexworks basically came up with a roadmap and implemented all these new events, armors, consistent updates with getting rid of bugs, improving the systems, making bosses harder, and then of course you've got a whole bunch of modifiers in that now with the Masters of Fate as well, and they're still doing updates all the way up until version 2.0 for Lords of the Fallen. So the publisher and the developer have basically made this game so much more invigorating and interesting, and really made it the best possible Souls-like I can possibly ever imagine. And I honestly have to congratulate them on consistently listening to player feedback and implementing, all these changes and different aspects of the game, which newcomers to the game as well, with the modifiers, you can make it easier in aspects, and you can make it harder in aspects. You can do really hard speed runs, you can do permadeath runs, you can make your runs easier with no vestige decay, medium vestige decay, and then obviously a lot of vestige decay if you want to be hardcore like that. They've got all these different modifiers with the Masters of Fate update, but they added new armors into the lore as well, new events into the game, which just made it absolutely so much better. Although I missed a lot of that when they were doing all of that, but coming into the game now and finishing my first run, I honestly have to say this game is absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love every aspect of that game, and my first run was so amazing because and I have to hand it to them again, the co-op is seamless, absolutely seamless. This is one game that shits all over any Dark Souls game and Elden Ring in terms of, the co-op system. The co-op system, or the multiplayer aspect in Elden Ring, in my opinion, is shit. And as much as I love Elden Ring, and, don't take any offense, I know there's heaps of people that love Elden Ring and Dark Souls and all of that, I personally think Lords of the Fallen completely shits all over them. I honestly do. Because the co-op is seamless. If you die, you're not exited or booted out of the game. You just revive right next to where the last time where the leader player is up to in the game. If you die during, or as you're playing it, one person can revive you with a Sanguinarix, which is like a Estus flask as such. But this game is just so impressive. The characters, the world development, the soundtrack. Oh my god, the soundtrack. The boss battles are really, really invigorating, fun, challenging, not frustratingly hard, like absolutely hardcore hard. It is a challenging game. The enemies are hard, but all the areas that you play within Lords of the Fallen are interconnected with each other. It's so much fun to play co-op because it's so seamless, and it makes the game so much more invigorating playing with someone where it's not janky. But I know on first release, multiplayer was so janky, there were glitches, there were so many people complaining about bosses being easy, and the amount of enemy density. That's all been modified and changed and corrected, and now everything's been smoothed out and it's seamless, absolutely seamless. And you know what? I have to give it to the developer and the publisher, that they listen to the players. They absolutely listen to everything that we're getting via feedback about this game, whether it was something to do with janky combat, whether it was something to do with enemy density, whether it was something to do with glitches here, something to do with a boss and it wasn't registering, some sound input wasn't registering, or when you cling a sword against another enemy's sword, all the sounds now match perfectly to a sword hitting a shield or a sword hitting another sword, and there's that clanging noise. So they've really, really upped their game, and I really have to give everyone credit on Lords of the Fallen, because they actually literally shit all over Elden Ring and Dark Souls when it comes to listening to their player base, listening to their fan base. Not only that, but incorporating seamless multiplayer into the game, so you could play with a friend all the way through the game from start to finish in seamless play, is just absolutely brilliant in my opinion. Why on earth it wasn't implemented in Elden Ring and Dark Souls and all of that. I know they're very different games, but From Software have really, I think, in my opinion, have let me down in terms of that aspect, because especially Elden Ring would have been so much more fun had it been seamless co-op with with a friend or a random, whichever one you want to put it. So there are different aspects. I mean, I love Elden Ring and I love Dark Souls and that, but I think Lords of the Fallen is just absolutely amazing. The combat system, freeform combat system, very much like any Dark Souls game, but you got a whole upgrade system with weapons, armors. You've got a whole upgrade system with the lamp, and there's two aspects to the game where you've got Axiom, which is the world of the living, which you're currently playing, and then there's a seamless other world that is side by side to Axiom, called Umbral, which is the world of the dead. And you can use the lamp to traverse the world of the living or the world of the dead. And if you die in Axiom, you've still, instead of just dying and then restarting again, you actually get a second chance, but you revive in the world of Axiom, world of Umbral, and you have to fight your way through Umbral or get to a checkpoint to get out of Umbral in time, so it resets it all back to the beginning. So you got all those lives back, basically. It's a fascinating feature. The lamp can be used as a weapon as well to pull enemies closer to you, to pull their soul out and attack their soul, and their health bar goes down. And it just so many incorporated elements into this Lords of the Fallen, which just absolutely blew my mind. And I played it on PS5, and I absolutely enjoyed the heck out of it. You got different classes, starting classes, but you can go whichever way you want during the game. This game truly made me so happy that I decided to play it just one day. I know I had an update on the games that I'm currently playing, but this one just made me go, oh, I really want to get to it now. And seeing so many people on YouTube playing it and still doing updates on it, I just had to jump in, and I'm glad I did, because my first run playing co-op was so much fun, especially because the friend that I was playing with helped me out immensely with this game and made me enjoy it, just every aspect of it, enjoy it. The story was absolutely amazing. There are so many aspects of this game that I praise. It was literally one of the best games I have played in 2025 so far, and I cannot wait to see what they do with the sequel in 2020. It gets released in 2026, sometime in 2026. But I absolutely loved this game. It shits all over Dark Souls, and it shits all over Elden Ring, and I'm sorry I have to say that, but I literally adore this game. It is so well done. The mythology of Lords of the Fallen, so well done as well, and I really loved how they incorporated it within the voice acting as well. The voice acting with the characters was really strong and personable and fits in with the whole world as well, you know. And it made me think a lot of Game of Thrones, but also the whole backdrop of, you know, there's this whole backdrop of faith and Christianity mixed in with medieval dark fantasy, which adds to elements of it. You've also got cosmic horror elements to it, although you may not see it on the surface. Obviously Umbral is sort of like your cosmic horror element, but there's so much more in-depth lore about Umbral and Axiom, because they're, you know, both side by side and you can traverse both of them. It really kept me interested in this game from start to finish. And like I said, I praise Hexworks and CI Games for literally making me have one of the best experiences with a Souls-like game, but this game stands out on its own as not so much as a Elden Ring Dark Souls clone. It actually I think it actually does something more unique to the genre, and it makes it much more interesting than me jumping into Dark Souls or Elden Ring again. And I haven't even done Shadow of the Erdtree. That's how much, I mean, I'm all Elden Ringed out as it is, because that game is very, very challenging. But I love the fact that Masters of Fate update really made it more accessible for players like myself to really get into it and choose which modifiers I wanted during the game to make it easier for me. And the enemy density, I mean, I've followed this game for ages, since when it first got announced, to all the videos and trailers and people playing it since its release in 2023. And seeing it when it was first launched, and so many glitches and problems and that, but the enemy density that was in the game was absolutely insane. And it kind of reminded me of my time that I spent with the original Dark Souls games, like the second one in particular, where the enemy density mobs in some of those was absolutely crazy. Dark Souls 3 as well reminded me of enemy density, and this was absolutely insane. But the developer and publisher have done such a great job, and I cannot wait to see what they do beyond version 1.7, going into 1.8, 1.9, and then 2.0 being the last update before the sequel comes out in 2026. I cannot wait to see what else they add to this game. And take note, From Software, this is what you should be doing, adding events and updates, and literally doing exactly what these guys have done, with consistent updates, consistent events, adding new armors, new events to get a particular item, or adding new weapons, adding new items, adding some more areas into the game to make it more enjoyable as well. And this is what CI Games and Hexworks have done, and they were consistent, and I really, really praise them for that. Absolutely fantastic game. I absolutely loved my first run. I am currently doing my second run right now, and I honestly am doing some of the other side quests that I haven't done. And the side quests to this, there's so much involved with the side quests aspect of it as well. I've gotten some side quests done and others I haven't, and there's 3 endings to this game, but requirements for the other 2 endings that I need, Umbral and Inferno, are absolutely insane. And it blows my mind how much is involved to get those particular endings, and what you have to do with certain characters' side quests in order to match up to that ending. It is so much involved, and I'm having a brilliant time with it. I'm having a thrilling time with it, and I just needed to share with everybody that this game is absolutely amazing. 10 out of 10 for me. Absolutely brilliant. The gameplay, the story, everything about this game, the music especially, just in the zone. And this game is so entertaining. It's so thrilling, and I cannot wait to see what 2026 brings. And hopefully in 2025 we get to see more and more updates on the sequel, and maybe even a trailer, and then maybe some gameplay teasers of what 2026 will bring when the sequel gets released. But other than that, thanks so much guys for tuning in. I'm so glad I was able to share this one with you. Like I said, I finished Lords of the Fallen only a few days ago. I'm on my second run currently, and I'll actually be jumping on it later tonight to keep doing my second run. But thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to click the like button, the notification bell, and don't forget to click like, subscribe button and click the notification button. Keep up to date with all my updates coming. I'm so sorry that I've got other videos that are already filmed. I am currently releasing them as I go, so you will see over the next couple of hours several videos getting released onto my channel, so please give them a look. I'm so sorry that everyone had to wait for them, but it'll be well worth it. And don't forget, I've got 2 links down in the description below for my Instagram and TikTok. But other than that, thanks so much, guys, and I will see you all again very, very soon. Alright, guys, ciao.